I've personally had orgasms during a quickie, and I've also not orgasmed during a marathon. So it really is dependent on all the little variables of life: stress factor, how in the mood you are, the scenario you might be in for that quickie. Are you actually really scared to get caught, or just a little scared to get caught? Like, those things will, in some ways, that can heighten it to orgasmic level.
Welcome back to Muse on the Mic. I'm Riley.
And I'm Emily. Thanks everyone for joining us here on YouTube on another hot topic here at Muse on the Mic. Riley, what are we getting into today? Tell everyone what we got going on.
We are talking about another topic that might trigger you men. We're talking about stamina. And again, this is something that you guys get in your heads quite a bit about. So we want to dive into it, come in with some solutions and some tips for you guys.
I love this because we work in the world that we do and owning a rub and tug. Listen, penis is life for us, right? And although we may not be men, we study men. So we learn so much about y'all's equipment and the things that trigger you and also the things you are sensitive about. And like, it's always amazing to me, the commonalities: age, demographic, background, culture, you name it, men carry the same concerns. Does size matter? Check out that episode. Does size matter in a massage parlor? Check out that episode. Micro penises, check out that episode. Yeah. But like, this one is in that category too, because they seem very concerned about being a minute man or a quick draw and listen, there's ED, there's all kinds of reasons why quick may happen. But I would say on a good day, quick can happen for women too. And on a tough day, it could take a regular quick guy a long time to get there, depending how stressed he is. There's so many variables. But in my opinion, if I'm just giving an overall quick take before we dive in, is I think women care more about satisfaction versus how many minutes on the clock did that actually clock in at. Like, we're not sitting there going, okay, go, and then timing you as if 8.5 minutes is more satisfactory than 9.5 minutes. Like, that doesn't equal orgasm. And there's such an orgasm gap between women and men that, like, therein lies the messy gray area where we're not communicating here as men and women in the right codes and the right language. Yeah. So interesting.
And I think that gray area is the foreplay, right? And again, in men's minds, there's this checklist of, was I big enough? Did I last long enough? Did she squirt? Like, they put these mental checklists in their mind that we just don't operate on. And I think that gray area, to fill it up with that foreplay before the penetrative sex, is so important for a woman's orgasm, because I did research a little bit in terms of minutes, numbers. We'll get into some numbers with you guys. But I think it's far lower than your assumption. So the length of penetrative sex that's the average is 3 to 7 minutes. And that seems low even to me, but in reality, 7 minutes of like quality penetrative sex is a lot. And then the gap is very small, because 7 to 13 minutes is the most desired, but 10 to 30 minutes is considered far too long for the average.
I mean, that makes sense to me if I'm thinking of like an average sense. I mean, there's always, listen, people can have a great quickie. You can have an awesome marathon weekend. Like, it just depends on what you want to put in. Actually, now that I say that, I might have a little clip to sneak into this episode that's from The Big Bang Theory, where Penny makes a joke about a week-on long sex. And Leonard's like, you mean a few times over a weekend? Or just one great summer? And she's like, no, about 36 hours. And he loses. I'm going to find the clip. I'll find the clip and sneak it in here.
What about your hallway friend?
Doug? Oh, yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's nice and funny, but...
Can I get you started with some drinks?
No. This is a... You're saying but...
I'd like a drink.
Just say the but thing about Doug, and then I'll get her back.
Okay, well, no, it's just me. I'm still getting over this breakup with Kurt, and This thing with Doug would just be rebound sex.
Ugh, don't get me started on rebound sex.
It's my pattern. I break up, and I find some cute guy, and then it's just 36 meaningless hours of, you know.
I'm not sure that I do. Is that one 36-hour experience, or is that 36 hours spread out over, say, one glorious summer?
No, it's usually over a weekend, and trust me, you do not feel good after it.
Well, chafing, right?
Emotionally.
Of course, yeah, emotional chafing.
I feel like there would have to be drugs involved in that. Like, that just doesn't make sense for my brain. But I also think switching up the way your brain thinks about foreplay versus penetration is it doesn't have to always go one before the other. It can be a mismatch, right? So
Absolutely.
If you are, you need to put the brakes on a bit, go into a different activity to kind of prolong the ejaculation. There's so many tips and tricks.
Oh my goodness, you're throwing me back to my youth when I was reckless and recreational. Listen, a blue pill and a bit of Pepsi and you got a great weekend.
Right. Oh, that took me a minute. I get it now.
That's so funny. That's so funny. It's so true. But listen, if sex was always hours long, especially in terms of full on stroking penetration, first of all, we'd all be ripped. We'd be fit as fiddles because that is longevity stamina like crazy. But I feel like people would be walking around uncomfortable, a little chafed. Like it would it would be too much of a good thing, which is never fun because it takes away the goodness, right? And yet I've personally had orgasms during a quickie. And I've also not orgasmed during a marathon. So it really is dependent on all the little variables of life. Stress factor, how in the mood you are, the scenario you might be in for that quickie. Are you actually really scared to get caught or just a little scared to get caught? Like those things will, in some ways that can heighten it to orgasmic level or almost get you nervous past the point of being able to come, right? And so you kind of want to juggle that. But the average woman takes 20 minutes to be fully like wet and penetration prepared in terms of like foreplay action. So I would guess and advise to the men that if you consider yourself a minute man or a quick draw, a short stroke fella, more foreplay is better. Get her within inches of her own orgasm and then pop in there and seal the deal because then it'll always seem like you sticking it in and starting to stroke are the hot button for her. You're the trigger. You're the thing that pushes her right over that edge. And all the foreplay is fantastic, but you're like, whoa, once Kevin sticks it in, woo, the shit happened, right? And then we're like hard eyes, dreamy looking at Kevin. It's just the way it's going to go. And so don't skip that level because if she's not primed and ready, then she is going to be a little disappointed afterwards. You're going to hop in the shower. She's going to be in bed still rubbing one out. We hate that. So don't do that because it doesn't encourage you to want to do it again. Like that's not the quickest path to, hey, are we going to fuck again tomorrow, sweetheart? Because it can feel really kind of discarded and lonely having to rub it out after having sex with your partner. That kind of sucks. So make sure that it's not always going to be completely equal. There will be times either or don't finish, but I think it just ups the odds for the guy that has a little bit of an issue with that. And yet there are medical reasons why it can happen. See your doctor if it's happening, because there's some amazing non-invasive ways to solve those problems these days. There's even online solutions with online pharmacies, and you could do it like in a video chat, a text, or an email. You don't even have to go face to face to some hot doctor who's a woman and be like, my penis, I feel like an idiot. I'm so nervous, whatever. Just do a few clicks and it arrives at your door tomorrow. Like it's actually that solvable. But we've come across some toys and a little video snippet to kind of show where this is inspired from, that there are ways you can train the early finish out of you. and
Yeah.
work your stamina up just like you would increasing your weights in weightlifting or your distance in running, and add to that stamina and build it up and build it up and build it up. So let's show this clip from this woman, Susan. I love her, first of all.
Yeah.
Love her. She's so open about sex, and she is everything I want to be when I'm her age. So, let's give that a quick watch, and then we'll chat on the other side.
And what's cool about it is that it has that same thermoplastic. This one's even more like, really like, oh my God, I wish I had a piece to stick in this thing. This is called the Power Shot. And it has 2 vibrators, one on each side. And a guy could just basically use this and stroke his own penis, and he'd have a vibrating TPE delicious yoni experience to masturbate with. But he can put it in the Keon and use the Feel Connect app and stroke his penis to his pleasure. But what's really interesting is that in the app, the Power Shot is also a stamina trainer, and it is a pelvic musculature trainer. You want your guy to have really good pelvic musculature. It helps with ejaculatory response, with orgasmic pleasure, with seminal fluid, propulsion, and it generally helps with blood flow to the penis so he keeps firmer and harder. So it helps with that.
Well, for some of you, this might be new information, but I think gland trainers are like the new wave of like, get your stamina up. And sure enough, our affiliate sponsor, Honey Playbox, actually has a toy that is basically the same as what she was describing, and it is called Pretty. We'll put an image up on the screen for you guys, but let me read to you what this gland trainer does. It's by Honey Playbox, and it's designed to help men improve sensitivity, control, and stamina. So this toy is perfect for edging, training, and enhancing sexual performance. So here is one of a few solutions that you guys have accessible to you. You can order it, play at home, and really bodybuild, train in your own bedroom for the big show, the performance.
Oh, that sounds so sexy when you say that. Bodybuild for the big show. I'm the big show. Yeah, that sounds so fun. Like, honey, did you do your training today?
Yes.
I love that. And like a shout out to technology, because this shit's mind blowing to me. It's so cool how far and how advanced sex toys in general are. But the focus lately on men and creating pleasure toys that are more than just a wet hole for them to just stick into is so cool. And so the fact that this toy in particular focuses starting on very low sensitivity items, so low suction, low vibration, low texture, and gradually increasing that over time, a little bit, both in sensitivity and length of time that you're staying in a higher sensitivity and increasing those feelings. And so just like you just said, like you're literally bodybuilding that up. You're training the muscles in your penis and the nerves and the sensitivity to respond a certain way. And once you have that mastered, looking at this toy, add a little lube always. I bet it feels as good as a vagina, because it wouldn't work if a vagina was 10 times better, because all your stamina is going to go out the window as soon as you're like, oh my God. So like go easy on yourself, but be conscious of it, because if you did 4 minutes the day before, then maybe next week is when you bump it up to 4.5 minutes. Don't do too much too fast. But if you can literally, 6 months from now, you're going to be a rock star in the bed, and your woman or your favorite sex worker is going to be like, what's gotten into you, Bob? Like, how come all of a sudden there's all this, first of all, foreplay attention, and second of all, we just went rounds? Like, what? What? Normally it's one position and done. And now here we are being little acrobats all of a sudden. Top tier.
Well, and I think that's another, tip as well, is switch up the positions, not just so that all the physical pressure is on you, but just that break in changing positions sometimes is enough. And I remember, I think I did a tip on this, or you did a deep throat, but if you are trying to increase your stamina, it would be a suggestion to lay off the porn for a bit. We know it's fun, guys, but it does promote it, like premature ejaculation. It's like you see, you want, you get it. And I would also say, like, dive into Tantra, like, watch some videos. There's so much information out there about really that prolonged sexual experience. So the tools are
Absolutely.
available. So if you are, suffering in your mind of, am I too quick? Will she like it? Take your sex life by the reins and, like,
you want to go deeper. You want to go all the way? Let's go deep throat.
Good night, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Deep Throat with your favorite sexologist, Emily Muse here. Tonight we are diving into part 2 of Shibari. Big shout out to Riley for giving us the initial introduction. This is something that Riley and I both have known about, being in the adult industry, but neither of us are very familiar, nor have we ever participated. So this has been a wonderful learning journey for both of us. Definitely unlocked a new curiosity. Definitely added to the to-do list. But I'm here to bring you a little bit deeper. Well, a lot deeper. So we're diving into the sexuality and the sensuality that comes with Shibari, a Japanese rope art that is an ancient practice, about as particular in terms of training and education and build up to many other Asian art forms. We're talking about the depth and history of martial arts. We're talking the depth and history of geisha practices, long generational practices that have come together to form an absolute spectacular art form. And when it involves sensuality, kink, senses, euphoria, you know we'll be there. So Shibari is Japanese rope bondage art, and it's based upon deep sensation, psychological peace, and even deeper meditation practices, which will lead to a number of physical, emotional, and psychological sensations that may or may not be new, but are definitely something that you will want to expand upon once you reach that deeper part of yourself. So, as many of our longtime listeners and viewers know, I'm out here searching for my Christian Grey in the world, and you bet your ass, Emily comes prepared. I've owned this rope for some time. Never have I broken her in. But, mister, if you're out there, it's waiting. My boobs need this. But let's talk first about the equipment. I have a few clips for you, and I'm going to show you kind of the differences of what kind of rope is used compared to sailing rope, construction rope, craft rope. This is silky, it's satiny. In Japan, if you're going historical, it's often handmade and woven, every silk strand by strand, braided together to build these ropes, which gives a soft finish. It gives a silky glide across the skin, and I think you can even see my lights, even a sheen to it, which you're not finding on a boat. No offense to a good sailor. We love a good sailor. So let's start off with these 2 videos that are going to show a few different colors, a few different texture options, and a few different knots. But one thing I want you to keep your eye out for is the quick release, and we'll get to that after.
You like that? You want more? Subscribe to the Patreon and I'll take you deep throat.
Absolutely. I love that there's even options for all these things. Like, and the Tantra side of things, like just changing the way you breathe through your own like masturbation cycle from beginning to climax is amazing, like amazing a tool, because you can change the trigger point. You can prolong those orgasmic feelings, even if it's an extra second and a half. A 3-second orgasm becoming a 5-second orgasm is a big deal. Women's orgasms tend to last a little longer, but there are women that can train the same way, training over time, where they can stay in that orgasmic state for minutes at a time or hours at a time if you go really deep into Tantra. And it's almost like how monks can train their body into certain methods of nutrition and breathing and water intake and consumption and efficiency of your heart and your breath rate and all those kind of things. No different than a star athlete figures out maximizing their oxygen absorption through breath. Like it all changes the way your body's nervous system reacts. And you and I have talked about this on the difference between pushing in and pushing out. Sorry, pulling in and pushing out. When you orgasm, it changes the feeling, the intensity, and the duration. And what happens if you just do it once? What if you do a little back and forth? What if you try to not breathe, hold your breath, and stay in it for an extra second? Like, there's just so many little tiny micro movements and micro options that you can shift and adjust that will make orgasms bigger, stronger, and longer. But if we're focusing on that 20, 25 minutes of foreplay first, getting her really, really, really close, and then both of you start working on staying in that orgasmic state at the same time or together or one after the other, but you're both kind of focused on the same subject. Imagine how explosive that even 3 to 5 minutes of penetration is going to be for both of you, because suddenly, that was not just one little firework. That was a whole display of all kinds of things happening. Incredible. But I think the same way to practice is with a sex worker. You have so much ways to practice, from hand jobs in a rub and tug to fully seeing an escort and practicing your true penetrative moves. I mean, there are so many variables and so many options that will change not just how your session goes, but how your orgasm goes.
No,
So
I agree.
cool.
And I think I was going to say it's a perfect place to play and practice. But it's funny, if you are a quick guy, you get to the finish line real quickly. That's loved in our world, because a man with like extreme stamina that takes 33 minutes of the 30-minute session to get to A to B, that's a difficult. Your forearms are burning. You are like building muscle you didn't ask to. So it just depends on kind of which angle you're coming from.
You always trigger like these memories in my mind of my stories and my days in the massage parlor rooms as a worker. And we loved a quick draw fella, because you're right. I meant we could play so much more on other things, which really in massage parlors in Toronto, at least, means pleasure for me. Call me selfish, but that meant I'm getting eaten out. We're making out. We're all the things. Emily gets to come 3 times before we have to worry about Bob. That's a day at the office. I'm sorry, but that's a good day. But a guy that takes those full like 33 minutes of a 30-minute session, kill me now. I remember leaving my career after about 8.5, almost 9 years, with one very buff forearm, one ridiculously strong shoulder, and completely imbalanced compared to the other arm. Like it was like one half Popeye, one half olive oil. And the stamina guys would break you. And I don't mean that fucking, I mean that literally hand jobbing. And some of them would tell you at the beginning, it takes me a long time, so let's start early. Love that as a tip and information, useful. Still going to hate you by minute 31. I'm like, kill me now. If I've switched arms 6 times and I'm now leaning on an elbow, we're in trouble, buddy. We're like, I'm dying here. It's like, I can't be on top. I can't do the thing. Like, help. Help. And I had a couple of clients, but one in particular jumps to my mind that always, no matter what the mood, no matter what the weather, the day, the moves, I tried to be extra slutty to see if it would pop it off quicker. I tried some bum play to see if it would pop it off quicker. No. And he had a huge penis, and it was so much work because the damn thing was heavy and wouldn't stay hard because it's a lot of blood. Check out our size episodes again. But like, oh my God, like you're basically wrestling a weighted man who flies outside of a car dealership. Like it's just flopping all over the place. And you're like trying to rear it in like a fisherman for 33 and a half fucking minutes. And this guy just would be like, thanks. He wouldn't be like, sorry for the trouble. He was just like, meh. And out the door he'd go. And every time he'd come in, I'd be like, oh my God, I am not ready for this today.
And I think that's the funny thing for the girls in sex work, that you never know what you're going to get. And again, our experience is more massage parlor based, but I can relate this even to an escort, because in a massage parlor, there is the gentleman that get to the finish line simply by laying on their stomach, receiving a body side. It's that erotic. It's that hot. There is no direct stimulation, and it's enough. And I think that's such a like pat on the back moment.
Right.
Like, wow, I'm good. But then there's those that take a lot of work, and you never know really what you're walking into till you get there. But yeah, it tends to be the extra large gentleman that just that blood flow just works against you.
Imagine, and see, that was me being in a massage parlor. Imagine being a full service escort and having to deal with that.
Right.
Imagine being one who offers sex, oral, and Greek, and Marathon Man wants it all. I mean, like, kill me now. Because, listen, Emily's ass wasn't made for that. It's made for a lot of things.
You would have to put on your, like, screening questionnaire asking about stamina. Because if you want Greek, you have to be within the 5 to 7 minute range, period.
Tops. So that's crazy. That is crazy. I don't want to have to not be able to walk the next day because of work. No offense, boys. If I'm going to take a day where my genitals are broken, I would hope it's from my personal life and not my professional world. But like, and imagine he likes it so much that he's like, are you working later this week? And you're like, again? I would die. I would absolutely die. I don't know how girls do it. And like, to me, that would be, I need to change my rules to one client max a day because Bob just killed me. And I need to recover for 48 hours and feel all the lactic acid in my muscles start burning because holy crap, it's a different beast altogether. And in a way, I would think it takes away from other mileage. It's not like he's getting more by getting all this hand jobbing or all this stroking with an escort. He's probably not spending much time getting a BJ or eating girl out or any other activities you might do with your favorite out-call worker. It's literally just focused on how long is it going to take for this penis, which I'm sure there's a little bit of self-talk in his head too. Just like a quick finish guy would be like, don't finish. He's probably like, oh God, don't make it take forever. This poor girl, look at her face. She's rolling her eyes. She's looked at the clock. There's beads of sweat dripping down her. Like that would almost trip me up where it's now going to take even longer because I'm not focused. And keeping boys focused, you would think would be easy until you're in that scenario. And like, even if I sit on your face, you could still be thinking all the things. Like it doesn't change anything. So there we go. Well, Team medium again.
Yes. But moral of the story, whether it's penis size, penis shape, or stamina, you gentlemen get stuck in your heads. And I hope this whole series of episodes we've done, season 5, really kind of alleviates some of that pressure and just enjoy the ride. And if you're really still stuck in your head, like how many options do you have to correct it or extend your experience?
The tech and the resources are there, so scoop them right up.
Yeah, I agree.
You can't go wrong. It'll only benefit you. Like whether it's with a sex worker or your wife or your next girlfriend or on the dating scene. Listen, the better you get at sex in general, the more enjoyable it's going to be for you and your partner. The more eager your partner's going to want to show up again. So make it work. Make girls obsessed with you. It's actually quite easy. On that note too, hop over to our Patreon because there's a lot more learning that happens over there, especially on Sunday nights, whether it's Riley's Just the Tip or my Deep Throat episodes, our Wednesday special exclusive episodes that come out every single week. I don't know if we always brag enough. You YouTubers, you get one episode every Monday and a little teaser on Wednesday. But 3 times a week, people are getting full stuff over on the Patreon. We're diving into like the sex ed that you never would have learned in school, the things that your mother and your friends are not talking about, and we're dishing way too many of our like trade secrets.
And you know what? We even give a lot of, looking to next week's episodes, a lot of insider information, just direct from the clients, direct from the staff. There's a lot of background information that you're missing out on. So you got to get over there.
Oh yeah. Super juicy. Way too hot for YouTube is the reason it's on Patreon. So boys, affiliate link is in the description below. Use our link to save 15% if you're interested in the pretty toy. I love that it's named that and spelt like a Greek name. It's so cool. Sure. But like work on your junk, work on all your junk, but browse their toys for men too, instead of just the glans trainer. Because there's some amazing prostate tools in there. There's some amazing regular fleshlights and all kinds of fun things that you can stick a dick in. To be a boy. Like, which hole shall I choose? Anyways, everything's in the description below. That wraps up our stamina episode. Drop in the comments and let us know how it goes, especially if it's a couple weeks after watching this and you bought the toys and been working on it. I want to hear progress reports. Yeah. I want full penis progress reports, please. What a request. You have homework, boys. Yeah. And I think that wraps it up. We'll see you next time. I'm MUSE on the mic. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.